Hello, in this video I'd like to do a decode on the Gregorian year that we are in, currently 2025. We're already past the midway point, but it's never too late to look at the numerology here. So 2025 breaks down to a 9 because 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. So the year 2025 carries the energy of the number 9. Now, if we look at the number 9 in Roman numerals, we have IX, and if we mirror that, we have XI. So I also see that we are pulling in energy from 9/11 as well. And you'll see exactly other parts of this puzzle that are in agreement with the 9/11 energy. So we know that 2025 is the year of the wood snake, according to the Chinese zodiac. And the data I have here is from Wikipedia. The same 12 animals are also used to symbolize, and the 12 animals are the 12 animals from the Chinese zodiac. So we're actually looking specifically here at the data from the year of the snake. So the 12 animals are also used to symbolize the cycle of hours in the day, each being associated with a 2-hour time period. So the hours associated with the snake are from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So you can see here where I'm drawing some parallels from the Roman numerals, mirrored the 9 and 11. So according to the Chinese, the snake represents the time from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., the time when the sun warms up the earth. And we can see definitely the sun is warming up our earth right now. And snakes are said to slither out of their holes. The month of the snake is the 4th month of the Chinese lunar calendar, and it usually falls within the months of May through June, depending on the Chinese to Gregorian calendar conversion. So you can see here the year of the wood snake began on the 29th of January of this year, and it will be ending on the 16th of February of next year. And another interesting thing is the last time we had the year of the wood snake was back in 1965 to 1966. So there was a lot going on around that time as well, if you want to do a further dive on that. So I like to look at the tarot cards when I'm diving into themes associated with numbers and numerology. So the cards that are representative of 9 and 11, so I'm looking at the major arcana, is we have the Hermit, which represents the number 9 in major arcana. And then we have the Justice card, which represents number 11, or, they use the Roman numerals here. So we have Justice, the daughter of the Lord of Truth, and then we have the Hermit, the Magus of the Voice of Light. So we will start here with the Hermit card, and this is number 9 from the Major Arcana, the Magus of the Voice of Light. And this card is represented by the Hebrew letter Yod, which represents the hand. The magical lamp appears above the solitary figure, wrapped in hood and mantle. The lamp burns without wick or fuel. It is lit only by the lux, which is light of the universal fluidic agent. Even without fuel, the beams radiate in all directions. The face that burns in the golden triangle is a symbol of the fecundity of the infinite and the eternal. At the bottom of the card are the cosmic egg and a shaft of wheat, dormant for years, but easy to nurture to life at the opportune time. To the back of the Hermit is a large plant yielding a seed at its summit. The snake coiled and passive around the symbols of Virgo and Mercury. So we can see here the snake, which also corresponds to the number 9, the year, or I'm sorry, not the number 9, but the year of the snake is this year. So I found that really intriguing. And then, so we have Virgo, and the planet that rules Virgo is Mercury. So it also is ready to spring to life. So we have that seed of wheat over there ready to spring to life. So when this tarot card is operating in the upright, it is wisdom sought, knowledge, divine inspiration, counsel, inner strength. When it's operating negatively, reversed, it's imprudence, hastiness, rashness, prematurity. So in other tarot decks, the Hermit is walking in the dark with just the lamp. So that's kind of like what we're all experiencing right now. We're in a time of transition where we're really unsure about, where the trajectory of the world. So the world has changed so drastically and dramatically that, it's not the world that we recognize from our childhood, from our past. So we're definitely in new territory here. So in a lot of ways, we are like the Hermit, in the dark with just our lamp to light the way. So it's really important to keep that lamp burning. So now we're going to look at the Justice card here. This is the daughter of the Lord of Truth. This tarot card, number 11, is represented by the Hebrew letter, the Lamed, which is ox goad. The sign of Libra at the top of the card is ruled by Venus, whose symbol is shown on the left side of the scales. Saturn is exalted in Libra and balances the scales on the right. The figure of Justice triumphantly holds them aloft, and a large sword resting at her feet further symbolizes her importance. The lower portion of the card depicts the dual symbols of yin and yang, or black and white. The spheres at each corner of the card also represent equilibrium. They are half dark and half light, suggesting the balance of negative and positive energies. So the meaning this card carries in the upright is balance, eternal justice, strength, fairness, equity, good intentions. When it's reversed, operating negatively, it is bigotry, bias, false accusations, intolerance. So these themes are definitely themes that I've seen us struggling with, personally and collectively. So, the goal is always to be, an alchemist and to make the best out of, sorry for lack of a better word, a crappy situation. So, we do have to find balance here between the dark and the light, staying in the middle, not going too far in either direction, because either direction, if you're too far dark or light, you're going to end up, destroying yourself. So we have to find that happy balance, the balance, between the good and the bad, and, not being a doormat, but also, staying fair, equitable, and good. So there's always going to be some bad stuff, things we can't control, like the weather and, certain things and aspects related to your health, and just things that just happen that are out of our control. So, the goal here is to be like her, Libra, and stay balanced in the middle. And that's where we need to be. Okay, so I would like to dive deeper into the Chinese zodiac here of the wood snake. So, in Chinese philosophy, wood sometimes more accurately translates as tree, is one of the 5 concepts that conform the Wu Jing. It is the growing of the matter, or the matter's growing, expanding stage. Wood is the lesser yang symbol of the yin-yang philosophy. It can be seen as the fueling fire. It stands for the season of spring, the eastern direction, the planet Jupiter, the color green, windy weather, and the azure dragon, King Long, in 4 symbols. Blue and cyan type colors also represent wood. So we're looking at the azure dragon, which is one of the 4 symbols. And this is what represents the element of the wood. So the azure dragon is one of the dragon gods who represent the amount of chthonic forces of the 5 regions, the highest deities. It is also one of the 4 symbols of the Chinese constellations, which are the astral representations of the Wu Feng Shangdi. The azure dragon represents the east and the spring season. It is also sometimes referred to as the blue-green dragon, the green dragon, or the blue dragon. And the azure dragon, of course, has its corresponding constellation, which are referred to as the 7 mansions of the azure dragon. So as with the other 3 symbols, there are 7 astrological mansions, positions of the moon within the azure dragon. The names and determinative stars are, so we have the horn, which is Spica, the neck in Virgo, the root Libra, room Scorpio, heart in Antares, the tail in Scorpio, and the winnowing basket in the constellation Sagittarius. So this image here is a representation of all of the constellations that the azure dragon resides in. As we can see, again, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. These are all what comprise the azure dragon. What I found really interesting is the path of 3-eye Atlas, and it kind of corresponds with the azure dragon. So we know that 3-eye Atlas hails from the Milky Way, starting its course there by Sagittarius, Ophiuchus, Scorpio, Libra, heading to Virgo. It's currently in the constellation Libra. So I found it really interesting that the path of 3-eye Atlas corresponds to the constellations of the heavenly mansions of the azure dragon. So 3-eye Atlas, its current trajectory as of September, as of today, will remain in the constellation of Libra during the whole month of September. During the first part of the month, it will still be visible after sunset, setting about 2.5 hours after the sun. The best visibility will be for observers near the equatorial regions, as at higher northern or southern latitudes, the comet will be at a very low altitude above the horizon. And as we can see, as of September 18th, we could see it is definitely in the constellation of Libra. So what I find really interesting about Comet 3-eye Atlas is that it's currently in the constellation of Libra, and we will start Libra season on September 22nd. So So as I was saying, Three-Eye Atlas will be in the constellation of Libra during the start of the Libra season. And we can see right here, it's currently in Libra, heading towards the Virgo constellation. So what's really cool is the parallels of, so the tarot cards of the Hermit and of the Justice card. So those two are related to Virgo and Libra.